Newcastle. Today's mission is to find the Tyne cycle tunnel. Something I've wanted to do for a while. But first things first, tobacco. So I've found this little kiosk. They're not easy to find nowadays, proper tobacconists. Becoming a thing of the past. But I'm hoping they've got what I want, and this here is quite a nice little handy cafe as well if you've got some time to kill. So we'll see if they've got my favourite tobacco. Yes, they do, so I'll stow that away in the handy saddle bag and I'll push on down to the quayside. I'll just show you this here because that harks back to the days when this was an absolutely booming city, off the backs of the commerce of the associated industries around the Tyne and coal mining. That is the Grey Monument. That's Earl Grey, Prime Minister at one time, and his residence is at Howick Hall near Craster, which is open to the public on selected days of the year, the Hall and Gardens, and it's a very nice place to visit. Not difficult to get to the River Tyne. All you have to do is follow the road down. Just saw the apex of one of the famous Newcastle bridges there, possibly the high level bridge. So that's one of the famous bridges. It could be one of Stevenson's, that's the road bridge. Very noisy because they appear to be doing some sort of maintenance work on it. But you can see the many fine buildings. As I say, it was an absolutely booming city once upon a time. Still is, but to a much diminished extent. And that's the old high level bridge as well. I think that's one of Mr. Stevenson's. You've got the road underneath and the railway up above it. So I'm not actually far. Well, the Tyne is just down here, so I'll push on down there and get away from this noise. Baltic flour mills. Imagine peace. Oh, it forever will be imaginatory. This is a trip I've been meaning to do for quite a long time now. Just get out down to the Tyne and just explore a bit. But my attention was drawn to that cycle tunnel. As I say, it is the object of today's ride. the good thing is I can cycle along the river away from the cut and thrust of traffic and the attendant hazards. And I'm just going to see what it's like. I've never been here before. It's a lovely day, mid-January. In fact, it's very mild. A lovely windless day in the sunshine. And we'll probably be told that it's the warmest January on record and that we should be doing more to combat climate change by presumably buying more and building more and driving more. It's usually how it works, as long as there's money being made. Here we are, the mighty Tyne. There's a couple of interesting things I expect we're going to see on the way, because of course the area was a major Roman centre. We may even get to see some ancient Roman remains. There's a sign there. I don't know if you saw that with the strong sunlight. Hadrian Cycleway.
Welcome to
Let's just have a look at that. I didn't realise it was a sign. Oh, Tynemouth is 10.25 miles. Well, I'm not going that far. I'm going to Wallsend, which is where the tunnel portal is. So I'm guessing that's going to be about 8 miles. So if I want to get there and back before darkness, before the sun sets, and have lunch along the way, I better had. Yeah, not as far as I thought actually. It just goes to show you though the extent of the river and the banks of it and what was built up around it. I did check on Google Maps, which showed that a lot of the route was away from the river on paths like this and through urban and industrial areas, which is fine because that's a good mix of things to see. You never know what you're going to see until you try it, until you get out. The river's down there to the right. So the bike I'm on is my old favourite, and there's some wankers coming up behind, so just kindly piss off. Where was I? The bike, yeah. a natural choice because, as you'll soon see, this tunnel was built shortly after this bike was made. This being the 1948 sports model. It's a good, well, one of my favourite bikes, and it's got a saddlebag as well. Which is what I need to store lunch and all my other impedimenta. Just had to stop and loosen my scarf. It's getting that warm. I think this is the area, the district known as Walker. I think. The pungent stench of cannabis is omnipresent. Not much to see so far. I know it's a pleasant ride, so I'm sure there'll be more in store soon. Dockyard cranes there. It is a lovely ride, this bike. I've got it exactly where I want it to be. Everything's running smoothly. Tyres are inflated hard. And it's rolling like a dream. I'm hoping I am going to see some relics of the industrial past. Industrial archaeology it's been a lifelong interest of mine. Although of course as time marches on, the onslaught of modernity means that so much has been lost and continues to be lost. Buildings are pulled down, sites are redeveloped, and we're losing a lot of the urban scene that was interesting. I've got a feeling, studying the bridge work there and the lie of the land here, I've got a feeling that this was once a railway line, because this is just too uncanny. You know, the punch-faced stone there. The bridges. Flat terrain. The old Brooks B17 is making itself slightly known, which is something it doesn't usually do because it's a very comfortable saddle. I think the problem is more with me. I've not been in the saddle for a good couple of months over winter because it's just not been cycling weather, and it's a period of pronounced lethargy as well. Most of the time I just feel like hibernating. But I knew today was the day to snap out of that. Yeah, that's definitely former railway land, is that? Definitely. You see here with this embankment and the remains of a bridge here. So now I need to just have a look and find out where this cycle tunnel is. Just seen a sign for some Roman baths, Wallsend Roman baths. Let's just leave that on there to read. Well, there's not a great deal left, but these stones here, of course, they would have, knowing the Romans, they would have been for the underfloor heating to warm the water. So who knows what it was like back in those days. And that's where I'm bound for, over there, in a roundabout way. That's definitely some more Roman building. That's part of a wall. It could, you know, it could actually be Hadrian's wall. That. It probably is. Obviously, it'd make sense. Okay. How do? Obviously, it'd make sense with the place being called Wallsend. It runs across the country, east to west, to Carlisle. And there's the proof. River Tyne Railway. So it was a railway line. Another one bites the dust. They're closing left, right and centre. That's something else we're losing that'll be gone forever from the British way of life. Well, here we are, folks. It's pointing me in this direction. So I just got to navigate the road. I'm not going to press the button. I'm not one of them horrible people who press the button and cross when there's an opportunity and the lights change, much to the annoyance of motorists. I did Google the tunnel just to read up a bit on its history and where it goes to and the length of it, etc. And it seems to be, I think it's a good mile or two long. We'll see anyway. I'm sure there'll be some information there given away about it. Wagon ways, yeah, there's an old coal cart. Just goes to show you the vast amount of mining and colliery activity in the area when coal was king. And oh, here we are. Being totally washed out by sunlight. I spy, oh, it's not a blue clack. $20,000 people per day once used this route to the shipyards and industries on both banks of the River Tyne. 1951. Yeah, lovely modernist, post-war modernist building. Geometric crittle windows, the casements there. That's nice to see that they've been retained, because replacement, you see so many old buildings where the windows have been unsympathetically replaced. It's Mr. Blackbird, what's he up to? Grubbing about. You see so many buildings where the windows have been changed for modern units, PVC double glazing, and it completely destroys the appearance of the building. Windows are like the eyes of a building. Some glass bricks as well. Yeah, they made things nice in those days. They made things proper, actually, for people, for the users, not for the shareholders. So let's have a look inside. Right, as it says we can't use the escalators, I'm gonna have to go down the lift. Glaze, yeah, Jarrow. We're in Wallsend currently, and then I'll be going down to under the Tyne to Jarrow. So we've got Northumberland this side. that's an Otis escalator. Anyway, let me get to that lift. Although what that other bloke were using, it seems there's some sort of alternative to the escalator indoors. Oh wait, I should have noticed that before. It's locked. Oh well, back to the lift. So I'm just waiting for the lift. This is fantastic. Access stairs there for maintenance purposes, presumably. But what a splendid job they've done of not only restoring but conserving the original features. I mean, this escalator, for instance, it's still got the, I don't know what you'd call it, these panels here, and it's a wooden one. Now there can't be many of them left. I didn't think there were any that had survived because of the that fire. Was it at King's Cross, one of the London Underground stations anyway? There was a disastrous fire where a great number of people lost their lives, and it was due to one of these wooden escalators catching fire. Just do the handy prop stand. A feature of the Raleigh Industries bikes. So where was that? Yeah, a number of people, a great number of people, it was a terrible disaster, were burnt to death. And it was due to the oil-soaked rubbish under the escalator catching fire by a dropped cigarette end or a dropped match or something. There were a load of oil-soaked filth, litter and dust that had just built up because it hadn't been cleaned underneath. The maintenance was very poor, and the whole lot went up in a pretty rapid space of time. And as anyone knows, fire underground is one of the worst environments for fires imaginable. Thankfully it wouldn't happen today because of the indoor smoking ban, and these wooden escalators have gone. No smoking indoors. Instead we've got disposable plastic and lithium battery vapes, which are much better for us. Cheers. Well, this is it folks, underground. It's quite a few degrees cooler under here. I think looking from old pictures there was just speaking of fires, there was, I looked for, when I was googling it, pictures of how the tunnel was previously, and there was a fire hose coiled up there. So that would have been in the event of anything, the escalator or whatever catching fire. Yeah, this is nice, dividing line. So we're now in Durham County. The reason I chose this bike amongst the others, amongst it being the ideal steed for the job with its saddlebag and caliper cable brakes, is that it's exactly the sort of bike that would have traversed this route at the time. So it was partly to put it to the test as know, a 3-speed example, because that's mostly what the working folk use then, 3-speed or one of the old single-speed push irons. Blimey, that's it. Well, that was short and sweet. I don't know where I got the idea, the notion from that it was a mile or so long. That was only a couple of 100 yards. The lighting has obviously been renewed. It would have had fluorescent strips originally, but I don't think they would have been as bright as this. And look, we're on camera, so I better obey the sign.
Doors closing.
Right, so yeah, there we go. I'm going to head out the other side to Jarrow, and that'll be find somewhere convenient to lunch. So that's where I've come from. And the portal is just a facsimile of the one on the other bank. Which is over there. Oh yeah, there you are, you see. You can just see it there, you can just see the roof. So there we are, Tyne Tunnel achieved. Still a fair amount of industrial activity going on here, but not enough to warrant the passage of 20,000 workers a day using the tunnel. I'm intrigued by that thing down there. It looks like an aeroplane, a jumbo jet. But first of all, lunch in the old saddlebag. I'm going to have me butties now. I don't know if there's going to be a great deal to do along here. I've just got to be mindful of time, because I don't want to get stranded on this side of the river, which is the wrong side for me. I don't know when the tunnel closes, but I would imagine it's around dusk. I'll be long gone by then. I think that's as close as I'm gonna get to that thing. Just looks like a ferry. Right. Back to the tunnel portal. I've achieved what I wanted to do. Don't think there's a great deal left to see here. Not that there really was in the first place. So it's now back to Newcastle. Back to the railway station. I'm just concentrating there. Where the hell is it? I forgot what way I've come. So anything else from now will be bonus footage, because I've done what I wanted to do. Seen this example of post-war British architecture from the time, I think it would come off the back of the Festival of Britain. It was all to do with that. Here it is. Festival of Britain, when the outlook for the future was more optimistic than it is today. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna go home, have a cup of tea and smoke a pipe. See you in the next one. Bye. Wall with glass on it, not the graffiti. That's what they did in those days to prevent intruders. Cemented a load of broken glass on top.